What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and as I'm sure the large majority of you have already seen, there has just been a pretty massive announcement from the team at DICE today, in that Battlefront 2 is going to be receiving a celebration edition of the game. And so today we're going to be going through not only what that means, but also my thought on what it could mean for the future of Battlefront 2. Now, before we do get into my thoughts on it all, I am just going to explain to you guys what exactly the Celebration Edition is, as I have heard a lot of people saying they're a little bit confused about what it actually means. Quickly though, before we touch on that, I did also just want to mention, for those who maybe haven't heard, we are getting BB-8 and BB-9E as playable heroes in January, as well as the sequel maps being added to Capital Supremacy, plus Sith Troopers and Jet Troopers on the dark side, and a gunner and a spy unit on the light side as well, with all of those reinforcements coming this month. So that is pretty awesome news for sure. This video isn't going to be so much focused on that, but I did think I should mention that before we get into the Celebration Edition stuff. So moving on now to the Celebration Edition, Battlefront 2 is getting a new edition of the game that will be available for purchase online and in stores, with completely new cover art which you guys can see on screen. Now this might seem a little bit odd, since obviously the game has already been out for 2 years, so you might be wondering why they've released new cover art, but that is actually not all there is to it. When you buy this new edition of the game, which is priced at $40 US or $25 if you do already own the game, you actually receive every single item that has been released since the launch of the game, which includes all 6 legendary skins, 19 other hero skins of different rarities, as well as over 125 different skins between all the regular classes and the reinforcement classes, plus over 170 emotes and voice lines as well. Now, I quickly did the maths just on the hero skins alone, so the 6 legendaries and the 19 other skins, and altogether these would set you back 37,000 crystals or 1,480,000 in-game credits. So let's just say you don't really own many skins, and rather than saving up a bunch of credits, you're just looking to pay for a few of them and deck out a few of your favourite characters. You can either pay the $25 to $40 for the Celebration Edition and you get every single skin in the game, or you can buy the 37,000 crystals on the store, which would actually set you back $295 US just for those hero skins alone. So you can already see there that the value of this Celebration Edition is very much worth it for those of you who are interested in getting all of those skins. However, the good thing is that for those of us who already have the game, this new edition isn't necessary to buy. So if you're worried about that, don't worry, you don't have to buy this new edition or anything like that. Now, for those who don't know, a few other games have done something similar to this. The first two that come to mind for me are Rainbow Six Siege and Rocket League, and it has worked out pretty damn well for both of those games, especially Rainbow Six, which had a very shaky launch similar to Battlefront 2, and so when it did release the Year 2 edition, it really helped sort of revive that game, and still to this day, more than 4 years later, it's actually still one of the most viewed games on Twitch. So my guess is, and I do have to make that clear that this is just a guess, I don't actually know for sure, but my guess is that EA and DICE have decided to do this in order to try and bring a massive influx of players to the game, increasing the player base as well as obviously earning some quick money, which in turn might allow them to actually continue supporting the game longer than they would have been able to do without it. So the question is, what does this announcement mean for the future of Battlefront 2? To me, it seems as though EA and DICE are kind of testing the waters to see if this game can go another year or so, maybe even longer if it does really well, although that's definitely pushing it a little bit. But overall, this seems like a really good strategy from EA, and I'm definitely happy that they have gone down this road. If you think about it, at $40, if they were to even sell something as small as 100,000 copies, which sounds like a lot, but that's actually not a lot at all. Even from that, this game would bring in $4 million for the company, which I'm sure would cover the team's wages at the bare minimum, and if there was any money left over, then that could obviously help pay for things like voice actors for future heroes and all that kind of thing. And remember, that's just if they sold 100,000 copies, which again is not very much at all considering the game sold well over 10 million copies in its first 3 months of launch. So it's fair to say that if this does work the way it's intended to, then this could be absolutely massive for the game. Not only would DICE get their money, which would hopefully lead to a lot more content in the future, but there also might be a big influx of players as well, which means fuller lobbies, quicker search times, and all around just a better experience for us current players. Now, unfortunately, there is another side to this whole thing though, and that is what happens if this doesn't end up working. The way I see it, this whole thing can go one of two ways. The first way is pretty much what I just mentioned. The game can sell reasonably well and just bring in a few more players and allow for some extra content. Or if that doesn't happen, then I honestly think this could spell the end for Battlefront 2, which is obviously the last thing that I want to happen. If EA and DICE put all this work into the new edition, launch it with a new trailer and everything, and it just doesn't sell, then that will most likely say to EA that this game just isn't financially worth supporting anymore, at which point they may decide to tie up any loose ends and start to slow down or even completely stop with support after a few months of 2020. So that is kind of the downside to this whole thing, is that if it doesn't work then it might really spell the end for Battlefront, but on the upside it really could give this game a massive revival and allow for a lot more support than probably any of us expected. At the end of the day, this is definitely a good thing for the game, there's no doubt about that, but whether it ends up paying off, that's a whole other question, and I guess in 2 or 3 months from now we'll be able to tell whether or not this did end up working. Personally, I think I probably will buy this new edition of the game just to support the game. I don't really need any more of the skins or anything, but this game does mean a lot to me. It's helped me grow a channel from absolutely nothing. I've met so many of you guys that I genuinely have become friends with, and at the end of the day, if there's anything that I can do to try and help this game see another year or so of support, then I am definitely willing to do so. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all of this news, because I'm definitely keen to hear what the community has to say. If you did enjoy the video guys, then make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more Battlefront 2 or Fallen Order videos. Thank you all so much for watching, you guys have a great day and I'll catch you all in the next one.